So it seems like all the other popular YouTubers are doing it, so I'm gonna do it. I'm finally gonna be talking about Tesla. Welcome back everyone, and yes, you read the title correctly. Even though I'm talking about Tesla, I'm gonna talk about the reasons why I'm selling it. And before you go smashing the dislike button or commenting how Tesla is the future and I'm done for selling, hear me out first. Listen to what I have to say, and then you can hit the dislike button if you want. Anyway, this video is a continuation of my December 2020 recap. In my last video, I went through all of the portfolio numbers. We've had some massive gains in 2020, but today we're going to go over my December trades, which I neatly summarized right over here. As you can see, I sold $100 worth of Tesla shares on December 29th. I'm going to be selling a bit more throughout January. But before I dive into my reasons as to why I'm making Elon Musk sad for not believing in him, let's quickly go over some other trade highlights. A lot of big changes happened in December. Most notably, I completely sold out of my McDonald's position, and I used the proceed to start an ETF position in my Roth IRA number 1 account, which is by far my biggest account. I ended up buying Vanguard's Consumer Discretionary ETF, Vanguard's Information Technology ETF, and Vanguard's Telecommunications Services ETF. I've also started a new position in Airbnb, but I still need to add around $523 more because I want to make Airbnb about 4 to 5% of my total portfolio. So far, I'm up about 5% on my Airbnb position, which is great, but I'm expecting more massive returns as the economy opens back up, as people are, able to travel more freely again. And next, we have Chinese tech giant Alibaba, which I did talk about in my November recap video. But Alibaba, it went down another 11.85% in December. And because M1 Finance buys whatever is currently underweight, I ended up buying $261.31 of Alibaba across my accounts. And just like in November, like I explained, Alibaba, it went down again mainly because of the Chinese government is opening an anti-monopoly investigation on them. Plus, Jack Ma, who was Alibaba's founder, he didn't make any public appearances for a few months, which led to speculation that he was missing. Thankfully, he wasn't missing, that he's just laying low to get on the good side of the Chinese Communist Party. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised because of all this drama that's happening with Alibaba that it's gonna go down again in January. But if it does, I'll be right there to scoop up more shares on the cheap. There was also worries that the US government is gonna be blacklisting Alibaba, but they ended up deciding not to. As you can see, a lot of uncertainty both in the domestic and international front. So I'm gonna definitely keep an eye out on Alibaba to see if there's any good buying opportunities throughout the coming months. And by the way, if you're still watching at this point, I'm going to say thank you so much for sticking around, since when I look at my YouTube analytics, the majority of y'all just watch the first 3 minutes and then you move on to the next video. But if you're one of those viewers who watched more than the first 3 minutes, leave me a comment and I'll definitely make sure to hit like and reply to you guys. Anyway, I think it's a perfect time to let you guys know that the brokerage that I use is called M1 Finance. As of filming this video, my total portfolio balance is now at $28,964.27. So close to $29,000, so we'll see how it ends up in January. And if you'd like to open your own M1 Finance account, make sure to use my referral links below to receive a totally free $30 just by depositing $100. That's a 30% guaranteed return for just a few seconds of work. So make sure to get your free money and enjoy using this awesome investing platform. But now that we got that all out of the way, let's head back over to Tesla and, like I said, why I'm selling. I mentioned that I already sold $100 worth of my Tesla position and that I'm going to be selling a bit more in January. And yeah, I can already see the dislikes coming from the Tesla crowd, who's going to comment that I'm stupid for selling since Tesla is the future and it's going to keep on going up and up. Believe it or not, I still believe in Tesla and in Elon Musk as well. And I greatly appreciate how Tesla is changing the world for the better with their EV launches and also their entry into renewable energy. But the simple answer as to why I'm selling is because I want to cash in on some of my sweet profits. Even with my December sale that I just did, my Tesla holding is still up $732.37, or up 148.81%. So my goal is to keep on selling a bit of Tesla here and there until I take out my initial investment. I think it was around $400 or $500. After that, I'm just going to let my Tesla position ride with just pure profit. But like I mentioned, a lot of Tesla investors, at least the one that I've seen and that I've read in the comment section, they're not going to be doing what I'm doing. Because over the past few years, we've seen countless examples of someone who became, filthy rich thanks to buying and just holding Tesla. And here's a few examples of what I mean. Let's start out with Elon Musk, who currently owns 21% of Tesla. And he recently passed Jeff Bezos to become the richest person in the world with a net worth of more than $185 billion. In addition, it's also hard to sell Tesla when you have billionaire investors like this one, who says that Tesla still has a long way to go and is going to triple from its current levels. And even here on YouTube, so many Tesla videos with crazy high price predictions and lots of bullish reasons as to why the stock is going to keep on going up. And if we're talking about Tesla on YouTube, we can't help but mention Jeremy over at Financial Education, who can take a profit of more than $500,000 right now if he wanted to. But in the end, he's not going to sell. He's still not selling. So, with so many people of authority and people that we look up to and watch on YouTube telling us, hey, don't sell, and showing us their massive returns and their expected returns, is it any surprise that many retail investors who follow them, they choose to just buy and hold instead of selling and cashing on their profits? I mean, if we could, we all wish we could turn back time and do what this 29-year-old did. But since we didn't buy into Tesla before the hype, many of us unfortunately are FOMOing into Tesla right now. And let me be clear, this has nothing to do with the buy low, sell high method, nor am I saying that Tesla's valuation is too high. I mean, I released my video where I talk about the buy high, sell higher mindset when it comes to companies I truly believe in that's going to grow well into the future. Tesla is one of them. Even though the stock price might be high, I have no judgment as to people who are buying at this high level of close to $900 per share. But here's the thing, no matter how well my Tesla position performs, I'm not going to let it become so big that my portfolio becomes dictated by it. Same goes with my other positions. If my Airbnb position that I just started to build, if it doubles in size, I'm also going to be thinking about taking some profit as well. I just mentioned that Elon Musk is now worth more than $185 billion. But do you know exactly how much of that billions is all thanks to Tesla? I'll tell you how much. At the start of 2020, Elon Musk was only worth $27 billion. It was barely in the top 50 richest people list. That means $150 billion came just from Tesla's stock's appreciation. And that to me is a scary lack of diversification. Let's move over to Jeremy's portfolio. In another video, this was the 13 stocks that he's currently holding, and look at that. Tesla makes up 40% of his entire portfolio. And let's move on to the workaholic Meet Kevin, who has a $20 million portfolio. And as you can see right here, Tesla makes up a crazy 58% of his entire portfolio. And of course, you might see these examples and you might think, yeah, that's perfectly fine. High risk, high return. And if you think that way, that's okay as well. It just means that you have a high risk tolerance. But it can also mean, and you might not like to hear this, that you're like many retail investors who only invested in the longest running bull market in history and now trade with the false notion that, stocks just keep on going up and up. That very might well be true because it doesn't matter what seems to be the latest bad news regarding the pandemic or, political uncertainty or whatnot. The market just seems to shrug it off and keep chugging up higher and higher. I have to warn you that this is a false sense of security, and it is going to be important to remember that Tesla, even though it's doing right now, like any share, it could have gone bankrupt. People seem to forget that Tesla, they almost did go bankrupt according to Elon Musk when they were doing their Model 3 ramp up. So with that all in mind, I personally am not comfortable or willing to let my portfolio be dictated by Tesla or any other single company. And that is why I'm selling some of my Tesla shares. Of course, I'm going to have my majority of money still in Tesla, but I'm just going to take out my initial investment of around $500. And you can call it my lack of conviction or my lack of risk tolerance or whatever, but I'd rather not stress over a potential crash of Tesla or any other position that's going to wipe out 50% of my portfolio. Just like another Tesla bull on YouTube solving the money problem says, we each need to be aware of our own personality and situation and invest accordingly.
And to be honest, most people should not invest like me. For one, you don't have my risk profile. Also, you don't have my balls. Nor do you have my grey matter, nor my track record, nor the same number of mouths to feed, nor any of the same circumstances in your own life. So please, invest accordingly.
Yeah, just like he said, invest accordingly. I have my level of risk tolerance that I'm comfortable with, and I also have my family to think about whenever I make my investing decisions. So while it's tempting to sell out my other stock positions and YOLO it into Tesla call options, that's not for me. Besides, my wife is probably going to kill me if I lost our retirement because I wanted to gamble it all in the stock market. Anyway, this video just might be another video that you quickly dislike and move on from, but for some of you, I hope it makes you think about your own investing style and makes you reevaluate the amount of risk you're currently taking. But that's all I have to say in this matter. And if you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos where I talk about stocks, investings, and other fun news, while also being transparent with my own investments. Make sure to get your free $30 by using the referral links below to get an instant 30% return on your money. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Happy investing. I'll catch y'all next time with more financial shenanigans.